You know, don't you? About me and Ryan. We were in a really bad place, Greenlee. We just needed someone to lean on.
You did a hell of a lot more than cry on each other's shoulder.
Well, nothing made sense anymore. I mean, you were gone. The grief, it just took over us. We had to go to Connecticut to identify your body. And when we got to the morgue, I wouldn't let Ryan lift that sheet. I wish I had now. But I didn't want his last memory of you to be decomposing on a table in a morgue.
Having sex was a much better way to honor my memory.
We were in pain. We were trying to numb it. We were trying to get rid of it. I know that sounds stupid, that doesn't justify anything, but that's the truth. We were both so devastated after losing you. I mean, even trying to imagine life without you, we couldn't. Nothing was the same for any of us after the accident.
Why? What really happened that night? When I woke up from the accident, I had no memory of what happened. I still thought it was my wedding day. Only I was in a hospital bed and I couldn't move. Couldn't understand why Ryan wasn't there by my side. David told me what he thought I could handle. He didn't want to upset me while I was recovering. But I'm better now, and I want to know what happened. Tell me about the accident.
Hey, slow down.
I have to get out of here, okay? I need to go.
Just take a breath. Can you do that?
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You had surgery. Try to relax.
Leave me the hell alone.
On the wrong side of the road.
Oh my God! 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 I'm sorry, Greenlee. I am so sorry.
Sorry. Sorry for what?
The night of the accident, I felt like I was trapped in some horrible nightmare. All I wanted to do was just wake up. But I was awake. The accident was real and you were gone. Greenlee, I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to. I mean, how was I supposed to live with something like that?
You obviously found a way to keep going. Took some help from Ryan, though.
If we had thought that there was any hope at all, we would have never stopped looking. But they found a body. And then it was like our whole world came crashing in. Ryan lost the love of his life. I lost my best friend.
I lost an entire year after the accident. Everyone I cared about had moved on, but me. I was stuck trying to fill in the blanks. I still am. You know what happened that night, Kendall. I need you to tell me.
It's bad. But Greenlee, you're here. I mean, you're standing here right now. You're a living miracle. Can't we just celebrate that?
Just say it. Did you know I was on that motorcycle to find Zach? Did you know that?
Yes.
I wanted to get to the bottom of the problems you two were having. Help my best friend on my wedding day so we could both be happy. I mean, my God, Kendall, you owe me.
I know. Greenlee, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this.
I think I already know. Everyone's been trying so hard to protect me. David, my father, Ryan.
They all care about you, Greenlee. I care about you.
Just not enough to be honest. I'd ask questions about the night of the accident and they would change the subject or put me off. Tell me I wasn't strong enough to handle it. It was infuriating being the only one not in on the secret. Didn't seem fair considering the secret was about me. So I decided to ask Erica. She wouldn't spare my feelings, just the opposite. But when I asked her about the accident, she shut down, which raised a huge red flag. I mean, when has Erica ever tried to spare my feelings? I couldn't understand what was so awful that they felt like they had to keep it from me.
So you came looking for me.
You're the one person on this earth who I knew would be totally honest with me. And if you're not, I'll know it. You've never been able to look me in the eye and lie very well, so don't try doing that now. Just tell me, Kendall, what happened.
Greenlee.
I need you to come clean with me as my best friend.
You weren't the only one they were trying to protect.
It was you, wasn't it? You were driving the car that almost killed me.
I hate that I'm hurting you again, Greenlee. I hate that I ever hurt you. But it was an accident. It was a terrible, terrible accident. It never should have happened.
How did it happen?
Zach and I were arguing. And I wasn't paying attention to the road, and I swerved into the wrong lane. And I didn't see you coming. It was too late by the time I saw you coming. And by the time I got out of the car to look for you, you had disappeared. I mean, it happened so fast. It happened in like a split second. I couldn't believe it. In 1 second, I had killed my best friend.
An accident.
Yes. A tragic accident.
And why was it covered up? The police report was sealed. There was no mention of a car in any of the articles I found online.
I was a mess. Greenlee, I did not know how I could live with myself after what happened. And Zach was so afraid that if I talked to the police, I would say something incriminating and they would arrest me. I didn't care. I felt so guilty after what happened. I was ready to let them throw me in jail. But Zach stepped in, covered it up, and made it look like the accident never happened. But it did. And it's my fault. I'm so sorry. I know this is a lot to take in, especially after all that's happened to you. You probably feel like nobody understands you. But I want you to know you're not alone. I do have some idea of what you're going through. When I woke up after that tornado, I had been out just a few months, but so many things had changed. Bianca had a new baby. Zach was the father. And they kept it a secret from me. Everybody was so afraid I wouldn't be able to handle the truth, but I deserved to know the truth and deserved to know what was going on, just like you did. It was hard for me to say, but actually, I'm glad. I'm glad I was the one who told you. So maybe now, I hope that in time we can get through this, now that everything's out in the open.
But it's not. There's still a very big part you're holding back. Why haven't you come home?
Zach and I were working on our marriage. If I had known that you were alive, Greenlee, I would have hopped on a plane.
All you had to do was pick up the phone. One call to check in at Fusion and you would have heard the news.
I was checking in. I can't help the fact that my mother never told me what was going on.
You know, normally, I'm all for blaming Erica, but this one's on you. You're a much better liar than I give you credit for.
I told you the truth.
After I backed you into a corner. But that doesn't change the fact that you lied about what happened that night for over a year. Would have kept on lying too, since there was no reason to come forward. And the police weren't closing in on you or anything. Thanks to Zach. He did such a great job of covering up the fact that you ran me off the road.
It was an accident.
Again, with the accident, you keep throwing around this word like it should get you off the hook or something. But was the cover-up an accident? No. Was having sex with Ryan when you thought I was in the morgue an accident? No.
We were grieving, Greenlee. It didn't mean anything.
Didn't mean anything? Didn't mean anything?
No, that's not what I'm
You're
trying to say.
still lying, and it's no accident. There were no accidents, were there? You wanted Ryan. You were trying to kill me.